Wow. Today's Monday, but your world in the last week or few days has radically changed, as it has for all of us. And chances are, whether you're now working remotely or your state has closed schools and you're trying to figure out how to close the door and say, Mommy's at the office, or you've gone to the office, or you're on spring break, many of us are still today having to lead anyway. No matter what you believe is the cause, the outcome, or prognosis over the coming weeks, we are in an area of unprecedented stress. And that worry, that fear, that concern, or frankly, even if you're in denial, just that additional pressure will wreak havoc on your ability to lead. Not to mention, the changes are coming at us between school closure, new numbers, less cases, etc., at the speed of spread. And no pun intended, but as the CEO of contagious companies, the news has taken on an entirely different meaning these days. But I wanted to check in and share a few suggestions to interrupt our normal Monday moment process, because we're now leading in a state of extreme worry, stress, and maybe panic. Here are some suggestions. We refer to individuals through our personality tool. Those names are commander, organizer, relator, and entertainer. What you call the individuals matters not, but if you want to take a quiz and see which one of those you are, though they are reasonably self-explanatory, there's a link at the bottom of your screen, contagiouscompanies.com/core snapshot, C-O-R-E. But no matter what you call those you lead, the commanders are those who are driven when leading those in this time period. Give them a special assignment. Give them something to be in charge of that needs fast action, has a sense of urgency, and maybe for which you don't have a lot of detail, so you need 2 or 3 solid options and someone who's going to jump in and take initiative. The biggest challenge when leading type A driven commander-like employees or fellow leaders at present is them getting bored and going off in their own direction, because they need a challenge, they need action, and they need results. Give them something with which to accomplish an outcome. Your organizer preference. While the organizer and commander share a task focus, both will require or benefit from you giving them something to do or to do correctly. The organizers at that point differ significantly. More on the analytical linear bent, more oriented toward introversion, inward expression, not likely to share all their feelings on their face. During this time, they will be looking for a significant amount of details. They will look for logic. They will also, in the absence of said details, and let's face it, not all of us have all the pieces of today's puzzle, and it could change by noon this afternoon. They're looking for logic, and they're looking for order and structure. If you can't give them all the details, tell them that. I don't know the answer, but here's what I do know. The analytical ones also will be gifted right now, your organizers, in coming up with a plan that needs to be well thought out, sound, and inclusive of many different attributes. Allow them to analyze all the data points. Allow them to then give you suggestions. But be careful on the time frame. Right now they will struggle with perfectionism and also struggle with getting things done quickly. As long as they're right, that's the priority. So give them a nudge on how quickly you need the information to be assembled. Your next 2 personality preferences, relators and entertainers. They are people-focused instead of tasks as their top priority. And the relators want to get along. So right now, everything is pinging on their stress mechanisms. They need stability. Yeah, no. They need security. Yeah, that's out the window. They need status quo. Yeah, that changed last week and earlier for many states and other nations. So right now, their status quo reaction would be to freeze, give you a fake smile, and say everything is okay. But they're stuffing all those emotions. They're trying to take care of everyone and everything, leaving themselves very last on the list. So check in with them. How are you doing? Even if normally you're one that would say, I don't have time for stories, and I don't have time to see how you feel. Right now, check in with how they feel. Because once that reservoir of space to stuff is full, they're going to have a volcanic reaction. And you don't want that to be with one of your customers. Our focus right now is stretched to the limit. Changing, modifying slightly the way in which you lead these individuals will make a big difference. Check in with your relators, allow them to get along, try not to take out your need to vent on them, because right now they will take it at an all-time high level of personalization. Check in with them often and leave the disharmony, discord, and abject craziness you need to vent. Leave that for another audience. Lastly, your entertainers, the world's best salespeople, gregarious, fun-loving, excitable, enthusiastic, right now might be overtly needy, whiny, and completely dramatic. If they've gotten sucked into the hype or panic, whether you consider that to be reasonable or otherwise, they are likely more interruption providing more interruptions, likely being more dramatic, likely being more needy. Tell me what I'm doing well, tell me if I'm doing it well, tell me if I'm okay, tell me you're excited that I arrived today when everybody else had to call out sick because schools are closed and all their kids are at home. Tell them you're excited they're there and appreciate them. Relators are motivated to get along. Make sure you're creating as much of a harmonious environment as possible. But entertainers are motivated to get appreciated. Give them a high five for, showing up. Yay, you're here, I'm so excited. Then move on to whatever it is you need to get accomplished. But looking at each of these individuals, whether they're at home, whether you're now having to figure out how to run virtual meetings, whether you're now conducting every single bit of information dissemination over webinar or Zoom or GoToMeeting or WebEx, everybody's going through a multitude of changes. They've got their own pressures at home to worry about. Heck, they may be super stressed. They can't find toilet paper. Who knew? Shift, modify. Your goal is to develop and lead. And that includes you figuring out what motivates you and making sure you also get your needs taken care of. We'll check in more this week with more breaking updates as appropriate so that we stay on top of your ability to lead more effectively. Leadership is, in fact, still contagious. But today it takes on a whole new meaning. I'm Monica Wofford, and that's your Monday Moment. Stay tuned. Talk to you soon.